I'll be going through a quick review of this XFX R7240. Apparently, this is this supports the 4K resolution, and basically, I bought it for not for gaming. Good luck with gaming on 4K with this card, but just to sort of run my workstation. And I was a bit well, in fact, I was very disappointed that in terms of the 4K resolution output, actually. So I'll go into that later on during the video, but I'll give you a quick review of what's in the box and what the card looks like. Okay, so there's two back plates, okay, manual, CD driver, and so on and so forth. And here's the card. Okay, now it measures about 6 inches long and just under 3 inches height, and I believe it's about say roughly just under an inch. You know, in fact, it's probably about, I'll probably say about, in terms of centimeters would be even better, 2 centimeters actually. That's what it's sort of the width of the card. Right, anyway, the outputs are DVI, it's HDMI, and a VGA. That's restricted to a display resolution of I'll tell you exactly what that is. I believe it's 2560 times 1440, the DVI. The HDMI will support the full resolution, and it's led to believe it's the full 4K resolution, not the 3840 times 2160, but the 4000 something, I can't remember the top of my head. But the monitor I have here is a BenQ BL3201 PT, which the native resolution is 3840 by 2160, and obviously the VGA, that's I'm not going to talk about that. Now, I bought that with the pride and joy that I can run 4K, just, you know, monitor, just doing general things like browsing, opening up PDF files, and you know, doing basic things, but not gaming. Good luck with gaming with this. Basically, and the specification of this card is 400 megahertz clock speed, 320 streaming processors, 64-bit memory, running at 1300 megahertz. Also, it supports iFinity. It's got 2 gig of built-in memory, and it's a PCI Express 3.0. Also, I believe that it supports iFinity. Again, good luck with iFinity for this to run. You know, maybe 2-3 1080p screen. Yes. Anything above that, no. Okay, now where is the problem with this card? I have a setup here. I've got an Antec Skeleton Mini 90, which is a very small case, and I'll give you a quick. I'll show you what I mean. That's the case I'm running. Okay, and the setup here is an Intel i7 processor. It's a 3770S processor, and I have 8 gig of memory installed. And surprisingly, I've got a 120 watt power supply, and that sort of runs the system stably enough. I've done prime test and so on and so forth for hours up and hours, and it's fine. It's not sort of causing any issues. So I don't know. I mean, the TDP is about 65W on this processor, and then you've got the rest of the components here. I also forgot to mention that I've got 2 Samsung Pro SSDs in RAID configuration, so it is a little kick-ass system here. I can sort of, you know, I use it for every single day. Now, unfortunately, going on to the screen itself, the problem we have is basically is the refresh rate. Now, this card is restricted to 30 hertz. And this information is not available on the website, and you can go through the website from top to bottom, and I can assure you that it does not mention anything about the screen refresh rate. So I didn't know about this until I bought the card, and unfortunately I bought 2. And I've opened both of them, and that's when I've sort of realised that it's restricted to 30 hertz. And how I came about realising this problem was because when you're sort of moving objects on the screen, it tends to sort of stutter, sort of like a lag. There is an input lag on the system, so it's very annoying. Even the mouse is so frustrating. You know, there's no smooth movement. It's literally sort of stuttering movements on the screen. Now, like this, for example, I mean, sometimes when you're moving it too fast, the mouse just disappears. The cursor just disappears from the screen, sort of a thing. And the other thing is, when you play a video, for example here, okay, you're all right. Okay, but when you put it in a full screen mode, it starts stuttering furthermore. Can you see the screen's just sort of jumping? And I'm not really happy about it, actually. So anyone out there that's sort of thinking of basically buying this card to run a 4K monitor, you can forget about it, because it's a complete utter waste of money. I didn't pay much for it, about £38 a piece, but it's okay for up to 1080p, or we can play games and whatever at sort of low settings. But when it comes to 4K, this is just a piece of trash. So I would strongly advise people not to throw your money away and invest in a bigger card. Now, what I've got to do is I've found a card that will be sort of suitable for my machine, which is the PNY Quadro K620. So I'm going to sort of order one of them very shortly and put one on and see how I got on with it. Basically, I have done a research this time around, so I'm not going to be fooled to buy another card. And the K620 does have 60 hertz refresh rate through DisplayPort. So I'd be really happy to utilize this big monitor, because it is really annoying to sort of run this at 30 hertz actually, because there is an input lag. Even when you're opening up applications through the desktop and the icons, when you're pressing, sometimes because of the input lag, the command is not being sort of recognized by the computer system, so you've got to re-click twice again to sort of open up the application, and and I'm not really happy about it. So if anybody's out there to sort of buy this, thumb down, absolutely piece of crap, this app. So I wouldn't recommend it to anybody for 4K purposes. That's all.